Lead attorney here. Hope you guys are doing well, man. What do we got? We got a Saturday edition, right? A Saturday edition of the Q and A for the YouTube Elementary. Here to answer your struggle streaming already. Here to answer your questions. All right, you guys, if you want to come up, you can come up and talk to me face to face, or you can ask your questions in the comment section, and I will read those and address those. I am excited. I want to thank all of you again for joining the Patreon. The Patreon really allows me to do this type of content. You know, whenever I do the Bill Cosby or the Charlemagne the God or the Dr. Dre content, YouTube supports that. But whenever I do the YouTube Elementary, if you guys go and check out some of my videos where I've talked about YouTube, those are the worst videos in terms of views. So the Patreon really helps support and bolster this type of content. And I want you guys to start a channel. I've already shown you my backhand analytics, how I'm making, honestly, it's more, but I showed you it's the $20,000 a month. And I'm telling you, I had the Poor Man's Podcast on the last live stream, and he was telling you guys that's nothing. That is peanuts. He started his YouTube channel, and within 4 months of starting, he was making 11,000. Right? I only started making the 20,000 plus. That was 7 months after the monetization. So he like a lot of people out here are killing it. It's nothing once you get to the upper echelon to make 200,000 a month, 300,000, 400,000 a month. I mean, you're talking about numbers into the millions, right? So I want you guys to start a channel, but it's not just for the money. It's really for your content. I want your channel to grow to reach the maximum amount of public that you can have. I want your message out. That's really why I started my channel. It was to get the knowledge that I had up here as a middle-aged man, to get it out to you guys. And so that is what I want to do for this channel. I want your channel to grow. So what are we doing today? We are doing a Q&A session. Any questions that you have or any issues that you're thinking about, again, you can put them in the chat and I will answer them, or you can come up. And once you come up, I'll pull you up as a guest and you can ask your question live, and we can kind of have a discussion about some of the issues that you're having. It can be an issue about how to grow your channel, whether that's about your thumbnails, whether it's about any type of metadata issue that you're having with the tags, the titles, whether it's about a topic that you want to cover. What about your background? What about your camera settings? What equipment should you have? What software do you use for editing, right? How do I make the sounds, right? My soundboard. How do people have sound effects in their videos and live streams? We can talk about so much, but I want to give you guys the opportunity to talk to someone who's been doing this, I guess, a little bit over a year and a half, and I have committed every single error you can think of. But at the same time, I have really studied this and I have learned it, and I am much better now than where I was before. What do we got? We got Major Change Group here. Major Change Group in the house. She said, I made it to a live stream. Yes. Shout out Major Change Group. If you have any questions, any concerns, any issues about your YouTube channel, if you have a channel, some people have signed on because they haven't had a channel yet. They haven't started their channel yet. They're just thinking about the idea, which is awesome, which is absolutely awesome. It's so much better to get this information sooner rather than later, because if you get it later, so much information I got late, but I had already committed the errors. I had already spent money that I didn't need to spend. I had already spent time and effort that I did not need to spend, time and effort that was really wasted. It was not rewarded at all. So I'm trying to kind of save you guys the long road that I went around. Got Big Guy Journey in the house. Shout out to Big Guy. He says, I want to come on, but can't for 20 minutes. No problem. No problem. If there are any issues that you guys have or any questions, anything that you guys want me to speak on, this is your time. I am here and I am willing to talk about anything you guys want about how to grow your channel, how to start your channel, what are the tips and tricks that you can use so that your channel becomes bigger. If you are consistent, your channel will grow, but it can take a long time. I mean, it could take years. And it might grow so slowly that you never really receive the return on it that you really wanted. So I forgot to drop the link. Thank you so much, Major Change. I totally forgot it. I just get up here talking, guys, and I forget to drop it. So thank you for reminding me, Major Change Group. I have dropped the link in the chat. Anybody who wants to come up can come up, and we can talk about any of the issues, any challenges that you have with your channel, any questions that you have about your channel or about YouTube in general. You know, maybe you're unsatisfied with the amount of subscribers that you have. You want more subscribers. Do subscribers even matter? Guys, this is a real issue. Subscribers used to matter a lot. That number, that metric, how many subscribers you had, and it used to matter a ton. And it was an issue whether you wanted to show your subscribers or not. If you only have 200 subscribers, do you want to show that number or do you want to hide it? There are people who have 200,000 subscribers and they don't show it. But so it can kind of go either way. But I am absolutely in the camp of you should show your subscribers, even if it's just 17. And because it helps people see where you are, and then people want to support you. People root for you on YouTube. YouTube does have a lot of negativity, but really only if you start looking for it. Now it'll find you either way. It has found me, believe me. But I will say that sometimes that negativity found me because I was kind of looking for it a little bit. Sometimes it didn't. But I think I have seen how people support me and trying to get me to various milestones. And people will absolutely do that to you. If you have, 195 subscribers, somebody might just subscribe so that you're now at 196. And you're not going to have that opportunity if your subscriber count is hidden, right? But let us bring on our first guest. So we have Tasha in the house. Tasha, how are you doing?
Hey, TLA, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Thank you so much for coming up. So
Thank
you have a YouTube channel. I would imagine that it's called Major Change Group,
you.
something related to that.
Yes, I have a YouTube channel.
Okay, and it's the title. The title of your channel or the name of it is Major Change Group.
Yes, Major Change Group.
Okay, and what is your channel about?
So my channel is so I do credit, budgeting, and student loan videos.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. How long have you had your channel?
So I've had my channel since February, like at the end of February of 2019.
Excellent, excellent. And how many subscribers do you have?
So I have about 3,500 subscribers.
Nice, nice. That is excellent. Shout out to you. And how often do you produce content?
See right now, so I was so glad because this is my first Patreon, group.
Yes.
I wasn't for sure. And so usually on Saturdays and Sundays, I will record. So I already recorded one. So I'll try to record like today I'm gonna do at least 3 videos, record 3 videos.
Excellent.
And then during the week I'll edit them. So I usually try to do 2 or at least 3 videos.
That's perfect. And how often do you release those videos? Like once a week, twice a week? How often?
Well, I'm starting a new strategy. So what I'm doing is if I could get, and now I know compared to your channel, it's a little bit different, but if I can get over 1,000 views per 48 hours, like I'm doing pretty good. So
yes.
Yeah.
That's excellent. So, but how many videos do you like to drop per week? Like what's your frequency?
At least 3 videos.
3 videos a week. Man, that is dedication. I talk to so many people and that, they'll, I do a video maybe, once a month or something like that. And I can't hate on him for it because I was doing it the same way. And let me tell you, it does not work.
Now I can
So go ahead.
now I was gonna say, now I can say for myself, once I said that I was gonna start the channel, for the most part, I'm pretty consistent. But for me, from 2019 until now, it's really kind of using your analytics to really know what to record.
Yes, 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 yes. You're exactly right. I can tell you've been doing this a while because it sounds like you already know kind of the game, right? You've been through it a little bit.
Yeah.
What issues do you have, or what kind of questions are you
Okay.
facing now, kind of in your journey, in your YouTube journey?
So I would say for me, my issues are what I really love about your channel is your live streaming.
Yes.
And this morning, what I did when I got up, because I want to say it was back in April, I purchased StreamYards.
Yes.
Purchased StreamYards, but I've only used it one time since I've had it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I used it, I recorded it and then I edited it and then I uploaded it. So I don't know how to go straight through StreamYards to YouTube.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is easy. And sometimes, well, I purchased everything, guys. When I started off, anything I could think of to buy, I bought it, right? Because I'm an attorney and I'm older. I don't have any kids. So, this
Mhm.
YouTube thing is kind of like my kids. So I don't mind spending money on it.
Look, me too. So
Right?
that's
We're in the
fine.
same boat. That's exactly right. So I purchased the Ecamm software. And I would do like you, I would use the Ecamm software, which is also streaming software. I would use that to actually record my videos and I would put them on YouTube. Actually, I use Ecamm to stream.
Mm,
But Ecamm is more difficult to stream for a couple of reasons in pulling people up.
mm,
Not more difficult, but you can run out of your hours, and it's much easier to pull up guests with StreamYard. So in the beginning, I was just using Ecamm and just pull it and just doing my live streams like that, or recording it, like you said, recording using Ecamm and then putting the recording up on YouTube. Then I switched to StreamYard. StreamYard is actually easier than Ecamm. StreamYard is awesome. If you
well,
want, mhm.
cause see, actually, it was just for that one video. So I did one collab. It was actually with the student loan attorney,
Okay.
and so I did it through StreamYards. But when I record my videos, I actually record on my cell phone.
Really?
I record on my cell phone. And the funny thing is, so I've been doing this since 2019, and I was recording on my iPhone 6S. And then in May, I finally got an iPhone 12. So
Uh-huh.
now but I'm on my laptop right now. So I record on my iPhone 12, and then I um import it to my computer. Well, yeah, import it to my computer, and then I edit on iMovie.
Excellent. And what are you filming this with now? This isn't your laptop camera, is
Mhm.
it?
Yeah, this is my laptop camera.
Wow, it looks awesome. This is an
But I
awesome
have my
picture.
lights and stuff. So because I was recording, so
Uh-huh.
yeah, so I have lights and all that kind of stuff. And then I have my natural light. So I have a big window on this side. So it's just bringing in the light.
Wow, you are on it. And a lot of people will use the excuse, oh, well, I don't have a $2,000 camera or a $1,000 lens. Once I get all this stuff, I'll start shooting. And
Mhm.
you're like, no, we're going to do it. And the way that you have it, it looks beautiful. So shout out to you.
Thank you.
For
But what I
stream,
wanted,
go ahead. I'm
mhm,
sorry. I was just going to say for StreamYard to make a live stream, all you do is you just go into the StreamYard software, or really just go online. If you have an account with StreamYard, you just go on, and it's going to ask you in the very beginning, do you want to record or do you want to shoot a live stream? And so I always put, shoot a live. If I'm going to do a standalone video and not a live, then I'll do the record. But if I'm going to do a live stream, you just press the plus button, right? And it'll pull it up, and it'll give you the option to put the title of your live stream and put a description. You can put a
mhm,
thumbnail on there. And what I always do, I schedule my live streams. I
mhm,
never just go live in the moment and then just do it. Why?
mhm,
Because that's not really good for the video. You want YouTube to be able to send notifications to your subscribers saying, hey, Tasha's she's going live at, let's say, 5 o'clock. If you just show up, then maybe not a lot of people will show up to your stream.
Mm-hmm.
If you announce that you are going to go live, even if it's in the same day, even if it's just sometimes I give people 2 hours, 3 hours, you'll get more people. And so I always schedule it for a later time. And then you can do that there. It'll ask you what time do you want to schedule it for? You can say, okay, I'll schedule it for 6:30 in the evening. And then you just press enter, and it automatically talks to your YouTube account. And so if you leave StreamYard and go into your YouTube, go into YouTube Studios and go into manage your videos, you
Mm-hmm.
will see that that live stream already scheduled there. And then when you want to start your live stream, you just go into StreamYard. Don't go into YouTube. Just go into StreamYard and go into Enter Studio, and it'll ask you for your, make sure your camera's right and your audio's right, and then you just press go live, and here we are. So
Okay.
it's super easy. A lot of people start trying to go into OBS. I was looking into OBS, man, after 10 minutes. I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm never using this. And it does have some advantages, but it's so much more difficult. StreamYard is the easiest, and it really is the most popular because it's easy.
Okay.
So did I kind of answer your question? I'm sure you got some more maybe. I just want to make sure that I get all your questions or issues answered.
Yeah, cause see, I have I haven't done a live stream since December.
Mm-hmm.
But see, when I would do a live stream, I would just go straight from YouTube, but I would schedule it. So that part I have down, but I just didn't know how to. Now that I have StreamYards, I don't know how to start in StreamYards and then go into YouTube. But I think even from this stream, and then this morning I was playing around with it. I think I might have it figured out, but I just probably need to do a test run.
Yeah, a test run would be great. You can always put your test run to be unlisted.
Yeah, because that's
Exactly.
what I learned in the last video. So I was just like, okay, maybe I might try that.
That's exactly right. And you don't need to list it so that sometimes people test their streams, but they do it in public. So you want to make sure that you don't do that. Don't make it a public type of deal, right? You always want to make it either private or
Unlisted.
unlisted. Yes. What I always do a private or an unlisted. And what I do is I do a share the link. So I get a copy of the link, and then I'll send it to a friend, and I'll have the friend come on my stream just to test everything out, just to test the audio. If I want to share a screen or something like that, I will do that. And it makes it so much easier. So that way you'll have someone who'll say, oh, I can't hear what's going on, or, it looks funny, and people will absolutely be able to help you. You just need to be able to test it in a way where the public isn't looking. Right. So that's the easiest way to do it right there. And it works awesome. I'm super excited for you. Did you say you had already done a stream? You were using the YouTube side to do your streams, right?
Yeah. I haven't done a stream since December, and I did it out of the YouTube. And then too, since I normally record on my cell phone, but because I was gonna ask you, I know in the last live stream you had discussed the camera that you have, because while I like your camera, sometimes when you're watching other people's cameras, it'll like autofocus, and I don't like that. And so it's just so much easier for me to record with my cell phone, but I kind of want to get a camera.
Yeah, a camera is nice, and you have more capability with the camera. There are some cameras that have some autofocus issues. I have purchased some extremely expensive cameras, relatively speaking. The camera that I'm on now, everybody says it looks the best, but it's not an expensive camera. It might be like a $700 camera. It's the Sony ZV-1, and it's pretty straightforward, and I don't have any issues with it. So let
Yeah,
me show
I get
you.
it.
Let me show you kind of if I can share my screen with you. Give me 1 second here. Let me show you how my StreamYard looks, and I'll show you how I do it so that you'll know. If I can, give me 1 second to share my screen. Um, all right, so here is my StreamYard.
Mhm.
And if I want to, let's say I want to go live at 7:30, right? So what I'll do is I'll go up here to create a broadcast. This is what we're at right now. This is growing your YouTube channel. This is our session right now. So if I enter the studio, I'm already in the studio. And these are past sessions that I've done. All right. So if I want to start, if I want to do a live stream, let's say I want to do a live stream for 8 p.m. tonight. I'll go into creative broadcast and then do new broadcast, and then I will click this button right here. I don't do the record if it's a live stream. I'll just click here, right? And so I will say, you know, Tasha's live, and then you can put a description, or you can edit the description later on, okay, in your YouTube studio. And
Okay.
then let me see here. You can go to, I'll put it for public, but I will schedule it for later. Now I will go into Canva. Before I get into this, I'll go into camera and think of a thumbnail, and I'll make my thumbnail, and then I'll upload my thumbnail right here. If I don't have a thumbnail, no, I always have a thumbnail, because once you schedule this, it's going to be shown to the public. Not the, your live isn't going to start. Let's say I'm going to start my live at 8:35. All right. So if I press create, it's gonna show on my channel that I have a live showing starting at 8:35 tonight. But it's gonna choose a generic thumbnail, and that's not what you want. You want to be able to have the thumbnail that you want to use for your live. And so I will, before I do this, before I schedule this, I will go into Canva, which is what I use to make my thumbnails. I will make a thumbnail, and then I will put Tasha's live. I will give a description, and then I will say upload thumbnail. I'll upload it, and then I'll schedule this, and then I'll hit the create podcast, create broadcast. Once it's created, then it'll show up on my YouTube. It'll show up in my YouTube studio. Then once it shows up in my studio, I will go in there, and then I will add the tags. I might add some description. I might add a description, pull in my standard description, my template description into the description box. And again, add some hashtags. I might adjust the monetization, because the monetization is going to be off naturally. And so I'll go in and turn the monetization on. And then when 8:35 rolls around, I'm in there. So it's super easy with StreamYard. Did you have
I'm
any questions about the process of starting a StreamYard channel, or a StreamYard stream, I suppose?
So I got most of it. So you're stating at 8:35 when you're gonna go to start the
Hello? You there with me, Tasha? Did you freeze, or is it me? Sometimes I never know. Tasha?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, you kind of froze up there for a second.
Oh, sorry. So I
No,
was
you're
saying
fine.
when you actually
Tasha?
do you go to YouTube or StreamYards?
You go to StreamYard. So
Okay.
let me see if I can do this. So I'll say create broadcast, right? I'm worried. I don't, if we'll see,
Oh,
we'll see.
yeah,
Right.
that's okay.
No, I'll
Okay.
try it. I'll try it. I'll try it. I'll try it. So you go to create broadcast. So it's, I should not have done that. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to delete this for a second. But you see how it shows up right here? And so once it shows up here, you just go into Enter Studio, and then you're on,
Okay. And then
right?
it'll just automatically talk to YouTube.
Exactly. It automatically talks on YouTube. Let me delete this because it's actually showing up on my channel, right? Oh, we got Oliver. We got Oliver in the house. Shout out to Oliver. Oliver, we were having some connection issues, but thank you so much, Oliver, for letting us know. So that's how it works, and it's super easy, right? That's all you do. It's not like OBS where you have to go in and adjust all these settings or anything like that. It's even easier than Ecamm, which I also have. StreamYard really is the best, and that's why it's so popular. And so you don't ever have to, you're used to going into YouTube and doing everything from there. This stream right
Mhm.
here that you're seeing, I am only interacting with StreamYard. I have YouTube on another monitor just so I can check to make sure everything is okay, make sure
Okay.
I see the comments and all this. But on StreamYard, I can see the comments perfectly. I can put banners. If I want to put a banner up here, I can just put it easily. I can easily put banners here on StreamYard. All of the interface that I'm doing is with StreamYard. I can change the banner. I can edit the banner on the fly. I can pull up comments, right? So I am only I'm doing all of this through StreamYard.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I did go into StreamYards this morning and I was playing with it. So I got that part figured out. But now I think I'm ready with the information that you gave. I think I should be able to do it.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And again, we're going to have more Q&As. I've got the Discord up and running. Have you been able to check out the Discord?
I
If
don't
not, don't
know.
worry about it. I'm kind of learning it myself, to be honest. Your first step might just be to make sure that you are. Have you used Discord before?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, well, it's
No.
just a feature for us to have a community over here. But a lot of people are just going to want the Q&As and the masterminds, and that's fine too.
Mhm.
So if you're not really worried about the Discord, it's there, and whenever you want, you can hook your account up to it. The only thing you'll have to do is maybe start an account first, and then go into your Patreon and go into settings and then application, and you'll see a place where you can connect your Discord, right? But over
Okay.
there, it's like a chat session. So if you have any questions or have any tips,
Mhm.
or want to drop the link to your videos, you can always go there. But if
Yeah.
not, you can always ask questions that you have
Mhm.
under the comment section of this video in the Patreon, and I will see it, or you can just send me a personal message.
Okay, because that's one reason that I joined. One, because I really like how you do the stream, and then just two, being able to have like that community. Because sometimes when I try to talk to my family or friends, like they don't understand YouTube.
Right.
So that's why I wanted to join a group so that I could have more people that I could talk to.
Absolutely. Well, you can always talk to me, Tasha. I actually love this. I'm super excited about YouTube. I love researching it. I love thinking about it, and I just like to see the growth, not only in my channel but other people's channels as well. So you can always ask me questions or send me messages through the Patreon.
Good deal. Now I
Okay.
did have like one thing. If somebody is starting a YouTube channel, maybe
Hmm.
something that they consider.
Yes.
I know that you had talked about tags, but I would say for myself, that's really how I grew my channel, using the YouTube analytics, but more so tags, because I would say 36% of my views come from YouTube search.
Yes.
So that's how I get people, because I'm a small channel. Like you're not a small channel anymore. And since you
Mhm.
have subscribers, you can get more people to come through your channel compared to me being a more smaller channel, and the tags and your title. So even when I'm doing my title, I'll try to title it in a way to where I know it'll get through search, not just say budget with me or something like that. It'll have to be like a really tag driven title.
Yes, absolutely. Tags are important. And I'll tell you this, though, they were way more important back in the day. YouTube has come out in the last, 3 or 4 months, 5 months, and said tags really aren't important. That they're not important that much anymore, guys. So everybody's thinking like subscribers are so important. They're not really important anymore. YouTube
Mhm.
changes its algorithm up. A huge thing that's important now is actually your description. The
Oh yeah.
first the first 250 words of your description are extremely important. So if you have tags, you can go ahead and put those tags in the bottom where your tag box. But
Hmm.
it's also so important to use the tag words in the description. A lot of
Hmm. That's
people
what
just
I do.
say, yes, a lot of people just say, hey, here's my video in the
Mhm.
description box. And you're wasting a huge opportunity, especially if you're making content that's kind of evergreen, content that people are going to search
Mhm.
for. I don't really make evergreen content, so my description isn't really that important because I'm doing live streams. I'm trying to hit people in the moment, and usually, like
I
he's
do evergreen content. So I
yeah.
still
So
have views on content that I did back in October, and that's pretty much driving my views, and then the new content that I put out now.
that's excellent. That's excellent. Yeah, either style can work, guys. You can do evergreen content or you can do more topical content. And if your content is more topical like mine, man, you better get all your views in the first 2 days because after that, man, it's gonna be like 7 people watching it after that.
No, I
So
like the Trojan horse strategy. So that was the second thing, the reason why I joined, because I'm like, I haven't heard anybody else talk about this strategy. And then once you said that, I was just like, oh my gosh. But since I talk about budgeting and student loans and credit, it's kind of hard because, especially with the credit and budgeting, when I talk about credit cards, people really watch it. But when I talk about, your credit score, it's kind of hard to get those views.
absolutely. Yeah, it's tough. Like it can kind of be the information can be so valuable, but it can kind of be dry at the same time. That's kind of how my information is. Information about child support, divorce, alimony, that can be super dry. So I need to find like a Trojan horse. I need to find a Brittany Rayner or a basketball player or these fresh and fit guys. I need to find somebody to put the information in as a shell. And then so when you say, oh, Brittany Rayner, then I can maybe teach you some stuff about child support. So you're exactly right. The Trojan horse thing really is a game changer.
But I really, for myself, since I'm doing those topics, it's been a little bit more difficult, but I've been researching it a little bit more.
Excellent. 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 Well, I am glad that you are here, Tasha. I am glad that you are a part of the family, part of the Patreon family. I just want to make sure that you got all of your questions. If you can
Yes.
think of more questions, you can come back up or you can type it in the chat, however you want to do it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. Love having Tasha on. And guys, y'all see her Major Change Group. Y'all go check her out. Go check that channel out. Let's support each other. So thank you so much, Tasha. Let's bring up Big Guy Talk. We got Big Guy Talk in the house. How are you doing? I think you are muted. You're going to have to unmute yourself.
What about now?
There he is. We can hear you loud and clear. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. Just trying to get used to this whole thing. I've never used a laptop to do this. And so this is my first time on here and just trying to figure it all out, man. But
excellent. Why don't you tell us? Why don't you tell everybody again your channel? What's your channel about? I saw you had changed the name. You got good content up there. I saw the video that you had up there. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what's going on with your channel?
All right, so basically, I switched my channel, not just the name, the whole channel. I'm just starting all the way fresh because the first channel I was dealing with my journey, like far as mindset, weight loss, some of the some autoimmune disease that I had happen, you know what I'm saying? And I was trying to figure out, how could I incorporate all of these and still, use this Trojan horse theory and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I don't know. I think I might just have to do a whole new channel. And so I just started a whole new channel, and it's basically still kind of labeled the same as this Big Guy Talk. You know what I mean? And this is just me talking about different things. One of the first, and I've been talking about this stuff for so long, and so I'm just so excited to see you and the whole manosphere. I didn't even know what the manosphere was, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not really plugged into a lot of social media and stuff like that. But I've been talking about this stuff forever. So a lot of the things that I'm talking about is going to be right along the lines that we're talking about. I only got 2 videos now. I just finished uploading my second one. And so I'm just taking topics and reactions and putting my spin on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of got a different outlook in some areas because I come from a faith-based standpoint, even though I don't I don't make that known. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said with the Trojan horse, I kind of just put it in there. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the way that I'm going to go forth. And so I'm excited about it, man. I'm actually really excited about it, to be honest with you.
Yes, 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 yes. That's what I love to see and hear. So, are you doing the streaming? Or are you doing more videos? Kind of, what do you think in your near future? Are you going to try the streaming? Or are you going to stick with the videos? Kind of. What are your feelings on that?
I'm gonna try to do both, man. But see, you see how my camera is right now. Like I got to get a new, like this is an old laptop. I did, and so I got to get some new equipment before I start doing that. I'm really just going to be making the videos, and then I'm going to incorporate all of the live streams and stuff like that, because this video, I mean, I do a lot of business lives, and it was already shot. So I was already thinking I needed another one. Like the lady who came before me, hers was crystal clear, you know?
Yeah, hers was good. I was surprised it was on a laptop, but she's got a really good laptop. It looked really good.
Yeah, so you do a laptop and a camera?
No, I don't do a laptop. I have a desktop, but I have a camera. And the camera has what's called a cam link. So there is a recorder, there's a cable that goes directly from the camera into a device that's called a cam link. And
Okay.
then there's a cable that goes from that cam link to my desktop computer. I have a Mac. And
Okay.
so the computer thinks that this is a webcam, but it's not a webcam. It is an actual camera.
Oh,
And it's just, and so it's so what you're looking at is a camera, but the computer thinks it's a webcam. The computer thinks that it's a webcam because I have that device called a cam link. Now the cam link is about $100, but there are cheaper versions that you can find on Amazon, and they cost $20. And so they work perfectly fine. But the cam link or any type of equipment like that is important, because if you're going to get a camera, it's much better to use than a webcam. The quality of a camera is always going to be the quality of a webcam.
a lot better, yeah.
So yeah, and you want people to be able to see you well and everything like that. It's going to keep their attention more.
Yeah, because yours is this crystal clear, you know. I mean, it's perfect. I did have a question. So like, I know, and you just kind of answered it kind of when you were talking about her about the hashtags and stuff like that. And so like, how are you? How did you actually grow your? Even when you said, you know, you had got to the point where you were like, I'm going to quit. You know what I mean? Because at that time you had at least 1,000 followers. How did you even grow to the 1,000? I mean, because it can be intimidating coming in when you don't have any subscribers. You know, you don't have any. You know, I'm literally starting all the way over. I was happy today to wake up and have two new subscribers.
Exactly. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I talked about this on the live stream. Like you wake up and you got two new. I actually said that 2 new subscribers, and you're like, yes, you know, because that's growth. That is
And you know,
absolute growth.
before I didn't even think of it like that. You know, when I was getting my subscribers with the other channel, it really didn't matter to me because I didn't really have a real goal out here to, like, you know, get all of these a lot of subscribers. I was just kind of doing it for accountability. But this time it was like, man, I woke up, I was pretty happy about that. But my question is, you know, what else were you doing in order to get that 1,000? You know what I mean? To get up to the first 100, to get up to the first 50. It was because it was a little different for me because, like I said, I was kind of connected with a group of people that were doing a challenge. And we were just kind of like, you know, supporting each other. And I think that's how mine started to grow the first time. But I've never had to really do it from scratch without having no connections to anybody else.
Yeah, and from scratch is a little harder. I did mine from scratch. I did some stuff that worked, some stuff that didn't. For me to get to my first 1,000, what I was doing, you know, I was doing a lot of guerrilla tactics type stuff, to be honest. You know, I would comment on other people's channels and just say, hey, you know, I really like I really like, you know, this video is awesome. And I would do that a lot. And I would do that. Let's say that there was a comment that had 200, let's say there's a video and the video has a top comment, and that top comment has 200, there's 200 replies. I would go in and reply, and then hopefully people would see my reply. I would do that. You would tell you something that didn't work, but I thought it worked a little bit, but it was bad for me. This is embarrassing, but you know, I'm going to tell you, I would go on dating sites and I would create a profile like on Bumble, and I would, create the whole profile, but I would put in my Bumble description, I put a screenshot of one of the videos, a video frame. And so that would be part of my profile photos. Let's say they give you 6 photos. 1 or 2 of my photos would be photos of my YouTube channel. And I would just mention in there that I had a YouTube channel. And then I know, man, it was terrible. And then a woman would, let's say she would click on me. She would say, "Hey, how you doing?" And I would say, "Oh, I'm doing great. How are you?" And she would say, "Oh, I'm doing great. I'm just doing, on this Saturday, I'm just going to meet with friends. What are you doing?" And I would always say, "Oh, I'm chilling too. I'm working on a video, editing it." And I would send her the link to my last video. And she would click on the link and watch the video. And it was to a point, man, where because I would get a lot of hits on my I would also pay, like I would pay $10 a month for the Bumble, and they would put all of the women who wanted to talk to me, and I would swipe on all of them. I'm here in Atlanta. I don't know where you are in Atlanta, women are going to swipe on you all the time. And so I actually had my girlfriend. It took her 10 hours. I gave her the phone, and she answered all of these women and would reply to them and would keep conversations. It took so long, but they clicked on my videos, and a lot of them subscribed. So I was doing stuff like that. That was kind of, off the beaten path. I was also, trying to make videos, although I didn't make a lot. I would do live streams, and I would do long live streams, and I would answer people's questions. And so I would kind of create a community through the live streams. So that's kind of what I did. But listen, it took me like 8 months to get 1,000 subscribers. That's not fast. Right. I run a private mastermind, and over there, they're getting 1,000 subscribers like in 3 weeks. They're using Google ads. I don't know if you've heard about how to set up a Google ad campaign. You will get your subscribers. You will get them quick if you put ads, let's say on, like they're putting ads on my videos. They're putting ads on Kevin Samuel's videos, and they are getting subscribers really, really quickly. I didn't know about the Google ads. I didn't know how to do a Google ad campaign back in the day. Honestly, I still don't, because I was trying to do mine organically. But there are multiple ways that you can get to 1,000 subscribers. But again, it took me 8 months. Yeah. So, I know all about waking up in the morning and checking to see, and you got 3 new subscribers. I did that for months, right? So, a lot of times it's just going to take time. But if you produce content consistently, if you really want to get there fast, man, if you put out a video a day, if you can put out 1 video a day, you'll get there definitely in under, let's say, 4 months if you're consistent. But if you only put out a video once a week, that's good, but it's going to take you some time. So if you can
I plan on doing it at least 3 times a week, but I try to do it every day. You know what I mean?
Yes, the more you can do it, the better.
Yeah, because even if they're short, they don't have to be real long or nothing. You know what I mean? Because like I actually started doing some TikTok videos, and within a week I was up to like 1,500 followers on TikTok.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I realized that, when you do it consistent like that, it really happens. And then when you look at like Instagram, if you look at things like Reels, those move pretty fast, and TikTok move pretty fast. But I didn't really know how the algorithm here on YouTube actually works. And I'm thinking it might be the little what is it called? The little shorts. It seems like those are pretty big.
Shorts work really well too. Although there's a controversy, or there's a debate as to whether you should put shorts on your channel or you should start a whole different shorts channel, because the formats are so different that the algorithm can kind of get confused. A lot of people, they want to do shorts, but they do a whole separate shorts channel and then only try to so it kind of, it doesn't really give you the hit that you want. It might build up your shorts channel, but then your real channel, you might not get too many subscribers from it.
That makes sense. I'm happy you said that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then so the the one that you have, the mastermind that you had, that's the one that you said that you just put together, and I know you referenced it in one of your videos. You said you just put it together, and you didn't charge nobody or nothing. Y'all just kind of did it together. That's the one you're talking about, right?
That's exactly right. But we're also going to start I mean, this really is kind of like a group mastermind. We're exchanging ideas, and we're talking about, I'm answering your questions. I'm also going to start doing masterminds next week where I focus on a specific topic and talk to you guys about that topic for either 30 minutes or an hour, and kind of give you guys a video on important things that beginners need to know. So we're kind of doing both. We're doing the same thing over here that we're doing over there. So it's not like you guys are missing out on anything. The only thing is, because the group is small right now, this group is small, right? So this is like the best of both worlds. Maybe in a year, there might be 300, 400 people in here. So you guys are really getting in on the ground floor, and you can have my personal attention, because maybe next year it's going to be a little bit difficult to really come up. So I'm glad that you guys are taking advantage of this, because it's a lot of information. It's going to save you some of the pain and the time and the expense that I went through. I wish something like this was available in our community when I started. I would have signed up immediately.
Sweet. All right, one last thing, because I want to let you get to somebody else. But
yes, sir.
On YouTube, like I just uploaded a video, and I referenced you in the video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to I wanted to do the @ on it,
yes.
But I don't know how to do that. Like I know how to do that on Facebook and everywhere else, but on here it doesn't seem like it didn't highlight when I did that. So how do you do that? Because I see other people doing it.
Let me ask you, do you have TubeBuddy? Have you heard of TubeBuddy?
Nah.
All right, there are two softwares that most serious YouTubers use, and it's either vidIQ or TubeBuddy, and they are excellent. I signed up at the very beginning when I got my channel. I use it every single time I make a video. It is extremely important. It costs maybe, I think I'm paying $5 a month. I'm supposed to be paying $25 a month. I think if you have under 1,000 subscribers, it's $10 a month, and then after that, after you reach 1,000, it's $25 a month. They don't know. They haven't checked. Nobody tell them. They don't know that I have over 1,000 subscribers, so they charge me at the small YouTuber rate. So I'm paying $5 a month, and it is excellent. Major change, and I'm going to get to Oliver in a second. I got you, Oliver. This is a great question. Major Change Group says, yes, TubeBuddy is great. I would highly recommend, Big Guy Talk, that you either get TubeBuddy or vidIQ. I have TubeBuddy, and once you have TubeBuddy, it shows you a lot of things, and what it'll show you is the channel ID of a YouTube video. So, you're exactly right. You can get a free trial. I think it's like 30 days or something like that. Okay. Major Change Group is exactly right. And again, it's only $5 a month anyway, right?
Yeah.
But I would highly recommend that you get that. And it will show you the channel ID of any channel, and you just copy it and paste it and put an @ sign before it, and bam. So that's how you do it. I think that's how most people do it. You just use the channel ID. You just find the channel ID for a YouTube channel. You put an @ sign before it and put the channel ID, and then you hit save. Once you hit save, it's going to create a hyperlink. Now, you can also do it with the hashtags, but the hashtags don't really work as well.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, sweet. Well, if you have a chance, check it out, because I gave you a shout out. I'm going to put your this in case people see it. I want them to come view your channel, because it was something you were talking about on one of your shows that I actually referenced in there, though. But I appreciate your time.
No problem. And if you give me a second here, if I can try to find my own channel, yeah, I'll send you my channel ID in a second. I'll email it to you or send it to you in a message, so you can put the @ sign and then put my channel ID, and that way it'll show up as a hyperlink.
Okay, sweet. Well, I appreciate your time.
No problem. Thank you so much. So shout out to Big Guy Talk again. Y'all go check him out. Excellent content creator. Thank you. All right, we got Oliver in the house. Shout out to Oliver Grace. And thank you, Oliver, thank you all for being a Patreon member. Oliver is a he's at a higher tier, so I really appreciate that, Oliver. And I'm going to get in touch with you, and we're going to have our private one-on-one Q&A sessions and masterminds. But I'm glad that you're here. I want to answer this question. Excellent question. He says, TLA, I bought the equipment, bought the books, started the research, yet I am afraid to get on the camera and put myself out there. How did you get over the hump to hit the record button and upload? This is an excellent question. I started out, I never really had a fear because I was not doing these live streams. My live streams last week, I mean, they had 5,000 people in them. That's a lot of people to watch me. And I'm introverted by nature. I'm used to talking in front of people because I'm an attorney, right? So I'm used to going into trials, talking to jury members, talking in front of a judge, talking when there's an audience behind me. But 5,000 people is a lot of people for me. But when you are filming your videos, I'm talking to you, Oliver, but I'm really just talking to the camera. I'm in here alone. And what I would do is, because I'm so meticulous, I'm introverted too, Oliver. I would have let's just act like this is my iPad. So I would get a Word document. I would type out every single word. I would have scripts. If you go back to my videos, you will not, maybe you can tell, maybe not. Most people can't tell, but now that I'm telling you, you'll be able to tell. I had scripts. I scripted every single word. I never went off the top of my head. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm used to being over prepared. And so I would over prepare for my videos, and I would have 8-page scripts, 10-page scripts, 12-page scripts. Now, let's say I've got my 10-page script on Microsoft Word. What would I do? I would upload it into my iPad, right? So now it's in my iPad as a Word document. What would I do? This is why it's BS. I was making so many mistakes, Oliver. I would say, so I would start let's say it's about child support, the video. So I would read it. I would press record on my camera and I would read it. And I would read it. It would say, hello, I'm the lead attorney. And I would say, hello, I'm the lead. Hello, I'm the lead attorney. Thank you for watching my video. Today's video is about child support. It was bullshit. I mean, I would do the whole video like that, the whole video. Now, all of those pauses that you would see, I would take them out in editing. That's why if you go on my past videos, there would be 300 jump cuts, 200 jump cuts, because I'm taking out all of those pauses. I would edit it out. If you do it, Oliver's laughing at me. It was messed up, Oliver. Listen, I'm telling you guys, I wouldn't be vulnerable with you. It was messed up. So that's why my videos, that's why I can't, it was terrible. So that's why I was about to quit YouTube. These videos would take me 5 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours, 20 hours to make in terms of the editing, the scripting, the recording, everything. It was crazy. It was so ridiculous. So if you do your video like this, there's no stage fright, right? Because you're just relaxed and you're just trying to say, it's important that your child support is calculated correctly. It was so messed up. Then I advanced. I was like, lead attorney, this is too slow. This is BS. You will never make it. You need to be faster. So what did I do? I would still do the 10-page script, but I bought a teleprompter. And I would upload it into the teleprompter. Now I went cheap and bought a cheap teleprompter. So it was kind of small, and I can't wear my glasses. I wear glasses, but I can't wear my glasses because all the lights, you would see the reflection. So the teleprompter was small and it sped it up, but it didn't work well. So what did I do? I bought a bigger teleprompter, right? And that worked pretty well. And it allowed me to kind of read it. So I really wasn't doing this BS so much. If you go back and look at my videos, I was pretty good at it. You couldn't really tell I was using a teleprompter. Now that I'm telling you I was using a teleprompter, if you go back, you can tell. But I made it to where I kind of glazed it over to where you couldn't really tell I was using a teleprompter. I could have been a newscaster. I was pretty good. I was reading it. I was pretty good. So that was and then, from there, I went to the live streams. There's no teleprompter here. It's all off the dome. And it's so much faster. Now, it would be faster for me if I just went off the top of my head for these videos. But I never want to start rambling on a 10-minute video. There's just not enough time. When you make a 10-minute video, it needs to be tight. You need to know exactly what you're talking about. You start rambling on a 10-minute video, people are going to be like, this is crazy. So my live streams, that has a lot of me going on tangents and back and forth. But even the tangents sometimes at least they're entertaining, and sometimes they are important. Sometimes they contain or important information. But on an 8-minute video, a 12-minute video, you don't have that luxury, which is why I wanted to write down every single thing. But because of the editing process, because of all these jump cuts, there was no stage fright, right? Because if you edit, you get to control the whole narrative. I have shot videos and been like, no, I'm not going to release it, right? So if worse comes to worse, you just wasted 15 hours. I would waste 15 hours, but I would trash the whole video. I've probably trashed way over 100 hours of footage that you guys never saw, which, that's bad. Like, that is devastating to a new YouTuber to waste over 100 hours. I was doing everything wrong, guys. Everything wrong. That's why I'm here to tell you, right? So to answer your question, how did I get over kind of the stage fright type of thing? How did I get over putting myself out there? How do you get over the hump to hit the record button and upload? I wanted to do it, and so I just tried to find a way. And what you're asking is a very important question, because so many times we will make excuses. We will say, like you said, I don't have the equipment. I haven't purchased the books. I haven't started the research. Once I start the research, then I'll film. Once I buy the books, then I'll film. Once I purchase the equipment, then I'll film. It's the worst mistake any YouTuber can make. You just got to get it. Shout out to Major Change Group. She was like, listen, man, I'm on my laptop. I'm on my iPhone 6S. Shout out to her. I just bought an iPhone 11 like 5 months ago when my iPhone 6S, it just couldn't hold the battery anymore. I would go from 0 to 1% in like 20 minutes. But I had an iPhone S this year. I just had to give it up, right? I think I bought my iPhone 11 like 3 months ago. So shout out to Major Change Group, because I was the exact same way. But yes, because in editing, you can control the whole narrative. I was never frightened about it. Now, that doesn't mean I was bad. When I do these live streams, I'm talking to y'all, 3,000 people in the chat, 4,000, 5,000 people in the chat. Go back and look at my videos. And I'm like this. Child support is an important issue, right? So I was terrible, even though I wasn't nervous, because again, I was doing all of this BS stuff with the iPad, and then later on with the teleprompters. My camera presentation was not good, but that just comes with time. That absolutely comes with time, and you will get better, and you'll just get more relaxed, and you're just talking to the folks. Live streaming helped me out a lot, because if you do a 3-hour live stream, that's a lot of interactions, and you're going to get better fast, because you have more iterations, you have more practice, more data points for you to improve. If you're on camera, it's harder. It's going to take you a little bit longer if you're very introverted like me. It's going to take you a little bit longer to become natural. Now I'll know I'm talking about a good topic maybe, and I know before I record, before I go on live, before I hit the go live on my StreamYard, I know that in 10 minutes I'm gonna have 2,000 people in that chat. I don't care, right? Because I'm used to it now, and I talk to. I mean, we're all folks. So I go talk to everybody like we're family. But it did take me a time to get used to it. So I'm not sure if I answered your question exactly, but that's kind of how I handle it. What is Oliver? He says, "Oh, okay. Thanks, TLA. I also took her experience to heart. She just started, didn't care. Yes. And sometimes that's what we have to do. We just have to start. Although it is a little bit nerve-wracking to start from the live streams. Live streams, you can make a lot of mistakes and you can't take them back. And I have made many, many mistakes. I've said things that I shouldn't have said. I've gotten myself into internet beefs that I could have avoided. I have put myself out there and people have come for me when if I would have kept my mouth closed, like just personal stuff, not attacking anybody, but you will have people that will want to attack you. And the more you speak, the more you kind of give them ammunition. So I have given people ammunition, right? But it's just part of being a YouTuber. Now, it depends on what sector you are too, right? If you're like a major change group and you're talking about financial aid and credit cards, no one's gonna come after you about that. But if you're talking about more topical issues, if you're talking about things, current events, you're gonna have people that are, around your channel a lot more. You're going to grow faster, but the negativity is going to come. And, once you get up to 10,000 subscribers, people are going to come at you either way. Oh, I don't like the way you look, or, oh, you're ugly, or, oh, if you're a woman, it's, oh, you're a whore, something like just random stuff. They're crazy people. And so people will absolutely come at you. They come at me every single video now. Every single video, I'll have some people who say some wild stuff. Do I care? No, I don't care. I used to release my videos when I was just starting out. I used to release my videos on Facebook, and I was talking about child support, how the child support system is broken. And I was Facebook friends with the judge, and the judge tried to take issue with it and try to argue me. Now, this is a judge and I'm an attorney, so there's a power imbalance. But he wanted to use my video to virtue signal to all of his group about how he was so in support of child support. He was so in support of women. So he was trying to use me, not for clout, because I was small at the time. I might have had 600 subscribers, but he was trying to use me for status clout to show that, I'm one of these bad guys and he's a good guy and, he supports everybody. So, and we got into a back and forth, and I had to remind him that, if you're a judge, then you know what's up with the system. So don't come telling me that the child support system isn't broken when like, I know what you're doing. Other people don't know what you're doing, but I know what you're doing. I know that you are an elected official. I know that you've got an election coming up for your seat. And I know how you're trying to show everybody that you're some superhero when you know that the system is bad. What's the point? The point is, if you're out there, people will try to use you for their own gains. And so that was when that first happened, when I got into it with that judge, I was like, okay, I need to be more cognizant of what's going on. And so I don't know if that's kind of where you were talking about too, where, once you press record and you press send and publish and get that video out there, it's out there. It is absolutely out there. So we kind of need to be cognizant of where we are. There are a lot of great people. I do consultations, guys, and there are a lot of people who consult with me just to say, hey, they don't really even need they don't need any help. They just want to thank me for their content. And they tell me that they want to make content, but they can't because they're in sensitive jobs. Maybe they work for the government. Maybe they're this or they're that, and they're in the public eye and they can't handle the smoke. They're not in a position where people can just start saying crazy stuff about them and it's going to be all good. When they're making high into the six figures, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year, And it's not worth it for them to start a YouTube channel if they get caught up into some beef. I've been practicing 20 years, so I'm already on the, like, I don't care about nothing. Right. If I was a 3-year attorney, I would not start a YouTube channel because I'm too busy trying to grow my practice. Now I'm closing down my practice. After 20 years, you're done. At least for me, I'm done. There are a lot of attorneys who are 70 years old and still like dragging themselves to court. Not me. Now, some of these attorneys, they have family, they have children, grandchildren, some of the grandchildren in college, or they need cars or this or that, or they're still paying alimony sometimes for these women forever. I don't have any alimony payments and I don't have any kids. If you want to retire early, just do that. And that's what they say. If you want to retire early, just no alimony, no kids, and you'll be set. Right. I mean, this YouTube thing was just to be honest, it was just a quarantine hobby. I never knew this damn thing was going to give me $20,000 a month. I can't spend that. I can't spend the money that I got. I'm not a multi-millionaire or anything, but with no kids, where are you going to spend your money? Right. And so, if someone attacks me, like, what are you going to, I'm not worried about losing any business. I've been in the game for 20 years, but if you are just starting your career out, do you want to handle the smoke? Right now, it depends again on what your genre is. If you're just talking about, student aid, financial aid, are you going to get any smoke? Probably not. If you're talking about how to quilt, where is the smoke going to come? But you come into this sector, the manosphere, relationships, man versus woman, marriage, divorce, you're going to get some people. Some people are going to try you out, right? So that's another thing too. But yeah, what does Major Change says? Yes, it's about practice. The more you do, the better you get. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big Guy Talk says, I speak publicly. It's much different having to talk to a camera. Yes. Some people, guys, they put a face, like they'll have their camera up against the wall or something, and they'll put a face, like a photo of somebody. So it looks like they're in their head, they can talk to somebody, right? And that was weird for me too, because when you look at a camera, and it's weird. It's weird to talk to a camera. That is absolutely true. So it's a little. You're exactly right. It's something that you absolutely need to get accustomed to. Kurji's Gaming says that's fact. Yes. Major Change Group says try Toastmasters. They have a lot of Zoom meetings. Interesting. Yes, Toastmasters. Yes. Kurji's Gaming says I have people that just go out of their way to hate on my videos. Yes, I do too. I can do a video on anything really. I'll do a video on the best Bose headset. What's the best Bose headset? Right? I'll do a video on that, and somebody be like, "Oh, lead attorney, go suck a dick." Like, what? What did I say to offend you? I'm talking about headphones, right? And so that's why some people are like, "Man, I can't have people talking about me like that," right? So it's super weird. Oliver says, yes, once it's out there, you can't do anything to take it back. True. Oliver Green says, why? Why is it that? Yeah, what I'm talking about. It is so weird, guys. I don't even want to get into this, man. Like the emails that I get stalkers, men and women, people sending me, like, there's craziness out there. Absolutely. You can be talking about the most benign things. I mean, this is a great set of these Bose headphones, man. I would recommend them. But you do a video about them, you're going to get hate. Big Guy Talk says they will come after your family too. Yes. Shout out to Tommy Sotomayor. I don't know if y'all know who Tommy Sotomayor is. Some man went up to his mama in like Kroger's in a grocery store, walked up behind her, had his camera, put put his hand on Tommy Sotomayor's mother's shoulder, took a picture of him touching the shoulder of his mother, and emailed that photo to Tommy Sotomayor. Right? Now, you can say maybe Tommy Sotomayor asked for some heat, because if you know who Tommy Sotomayor is, you know he is not afraid of the heat. But damn, where are the limits when people are touching your mother in public, right? And then sending you the photos. So YouTube is for real. It is absolutely for real. What is Sherry Ann? Shout out to Sherry Ann in the house. She says, I used to be shy about hearing my voice, getting better. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Oliver says, I guess we'll have to accept that it's part of the game. That's true. That's true. And a lot of people are like, it's not worth it for me. I'm making 250,000. Why do I want somebody, trying to look up my address? Fair point. YouTube it's not for everybody, but if you're willing to accept the good with the bad, you can influence so many people. I think, how many people have watched my videos? How many views do I have? Like 1.5 million? It should be getting close to 2 million people that have 2 million views that I've gotten, and that's nothing. Fresh and Fit, I've gotten 2 million views. Let's just round it up. 2 million views out of the whole course of my channel. 2 million. They were getting 20 million a month. 2 million for a year and a half. 20 million every 30 days. That's influence. And the money, Jesus, 400,000 a month minimum. Minimum. Right? So this can absolutely be a great hobby. It can easily turn into a full-time job. But you got to know how to do it right, man. It really hurt my heart. I had that lady show up in my last live stream. She said she had 90,000 subscribers, almost twice as many as mine, 90,000. She was making $300 a month. What was she doing? Making mistakes. Now, no one's shooting at her, because this whole year and a half I've been making mistakes, right? So that's why I'm the perfect person for you guys to talk to. Because not only have I researched it and watched every YouTube video, purchased the books, but I'm actually a YouTuber. I've actually made these same damn mistakes. Like who better to talk to than me, right? Because I have been there. So this YouTube is absolute. You got to know how to do it. You can do it wrong in 1,000 different ways. You can do that. You can do YouTube right in 100 ways, and you can do it wrong in 100,000. 100,000. You could be like me on this BS right here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is BS. Like, don't do that. Don't do your stuff like that, right? All right. So, does anybody have any questions? We've been going for about an hour 15. This is just for you guys, man. I'm just doing it for you. Anybody got any questions? If we don't have any questions, I'll wrap it up. And we're gonna keep doing more than these. And Oliver, I'm gonna reach out to you personally. Actually, Oliver, if you're listening, go do this. Go to my website. It's just eliteattorney.com, and look on my schedule. You might not be able to do that. I'm not sure if you can do this or not. Act like you're going to schedule. Act like you're going to schedule a YouTube consultation. Do not schedule it. But I'm just trying to figure. I want you to pick times where our times align, where I'm open and you're open, and go ahead and schedule it. And then just email me when you're available, or you can just put it in the Patreon. Just send me a message 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 available dates when you and I can have mutual availability, and then I'll select one of those and we'll go from there. All right. Also, for you guys who want to get on the Patreon, I know some of you guys don't want to get on it. That's fine. Just go to settings and go to app settings, apps, and then make sure to make sure to connect your Patreon, your Discord to my Discord server. You might have to log out of your Discord to do that, but you can absolutely do that. What does Sherry Ann say? Would you do a channel review overview? Yeah, at some point. Yeah, I offer this. I'm not sure what level you're on, but on certain levels, I do offer the channel reviews. So you would just need to check to make sure you're on the right level, right? But I will absolutely, and I absolutely do channel reviews too on the consultations as well, but those are more expensive. Those are private one-on-ones, but I also do channel reviews for those as well. All right. And Major Change Group says, Oliver Grace, you got this. Absolutely. This is what I love. We're supporting each other. We're all in the same boat. We are all in the same boat, all supporting each other, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Major Change says, thanks, TLA. No problem. Thank you, guys. All right. So we've been going an hour 15. If no one has any questions or anything, I think I'll wrap this up. Having said, oh, sorry. I left this banner up, guys. This banner is not for you. I didn't mean to leave it up. I'm sorry. You guys already subscribed. I left that. I was using the banner to show Major Change Group how to do the what do you call it? The StreamYard stuff. Big Guy Talk says, aren't we on Patreon? Yes, you are on Patreon. Here's the thing. Patreon has different levels. All right. Patreon has different levels. There are levels, guys. At the top level, I think we're doing one-on-ones at various times a month. But I also have a $5 level. Now, I have included people in I have included these two videos in the $5 level, but that's just to give everybody a taste. But these are for I think it's the $25 level and up. Yes. So Big Guy says he's on the $25 level and up. So perfect. You will have access to all of these videos. But the channel reviews and the one-on-ones, those are at a higher level. Those are at a higher level. Okay. But what we're doing now with the question and answer sessions, I'm also going to start doing masterminds, interacting with you guys on the Discord. We're doing all of that. We are absolutely doing all of that. So I am excited. And Sherry says, same here. Same here. Big Guy says, do we get the badges? I don't even know what badges are. What about? I need to look at that. This is my first Patreon. All right. I started the Patreon, I think 5 days ago. So if you guys, and this is important, I'm glad you said this. If you guys have any opinions or ideas as to how I can improve the Patreon, let me know. Let me know. If you guys say, hey, this isn't working, or this, or this here, or what about this, or what about that? Big Guy Talk says, what about badges? I don't know anything about badges. So after this stream, I'm gonna have to look up and see what badges are. I don't know about the badges. I'm just trying to give you guys like the most important content about starting a YouTube, and there's really nobody in this sector who's doing it like this. And I appreciate this. So he's asking about badges. So I have to look up. I don't really know what the badges are. I'll have to say it. What does Big Guy Talk says? It says I need to join for $4.49 to get the badges. Is that my Patreon? I don't know. I don't know what badges are. I'll have to check. Maybe that's something that slipped in that, maybe that's something I need to delete, because I don't know what the purpose of badges are. Sherry Ann says, regarding your setting, do you use natural light or exclusively a light box? I do not use natural light. When I look at people like Major Change Group, and she's using all that natural light, looks beautiful. Looks absolutely beautiful. I don't do it. I've got a huge window right here. I block out the light. I have a fill light here. I have a big key light right here. I have another fill light here. And then in the back, there's right behind this chair, there's a small table. And I don't know if you can see the purple color. I have a small light that's flashing, or that casts a purple. It's a LED light that casts the purple color. It's hard to see now because it's daytime. It's much easier to see in the nighttime. I don't like using the natural light, although it does look beautiful. Just because the way I'm set up, the natural light would come to the side, so it's a little weird. But also, I do my live streams, man, they'll last 5 hours. So then the light changes and, or the clouds. So I don't deal with it. I like everything kind of structured. But everybody says that natural light is the best light. And y'all saw Major Change Group. She was using natural light and she looked gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So you can absolutely use natural light as well. Okay. Oliver says he's talking about the YouTube page. Oh, YouTube. I forgot about that. Okay. YouTube and the Patreon are two different things. YouTube is just, you're supporting me, which I don't totally appreciate. And if you get all of the videos that I do, you get access to everything. But those are two different things, Big Guy Talk. I don't know if there are loyalty badges for the Patreon. If they are, I'll have to check. I don't know. Major Change Group says, yeah, it's YouTube. Oliver says, I don't think there are badges on Patreon. Okay, I'll have to check. It highlights. Okay, I think you're talking about. Okay, you're talking about YouTube. YouTube badges. YouTube badges are membership badges that are run through the YouTube membership channel, YouTube membership page. So if you go on my YouTube page and you'll see in the description, it will say join to become a member. That's where you get those badges. That's where you get those badges. And YouTube, Big Guy Talk says, don't forget to send me your code, please. Yeah, let me do that right now. If I can try to, if I can find my own code. Let me see if I go to my channel. For some reason, I can't pull it up because it's my channel, so it's not showing me my code. I'm going to look into this to see if I can see if I can get it. Because since it's my channel, it's not really showing me my own. I'm sure there's a way to find it, but I don't know where it is. I'll take a look, but if I find it, I'll message you. I'm sure there's a way for me to find it. I don't see it. But I will take a look and I will send it to you in a message, okay? Because that's how I get all of the @ for my channel. Well, not for my channel, for other people's. Oh, I think here it is. Try this. I think this is the code. So put an @ before this. Before this is my channel ID. So put an @ and then no spaces, right immediately after the @ you put this code and then press save and it will create the hyperlink. All right. So that is the code. All right, guys. So we've been going for about an hour and a half. Doesn't look like anybody has any questions. We're going to keep doing this. There are going to be some next week, the week after, the week after. Let us know if you've implemented any of the things that you've learned, if you're experiencing any growth, anything that any successes that you've had over the week, any failures, any things that you've learned, so that everybody can learn from everybody. All right, that's what I really want. Big Guy Talk says, Kay caught you off guard on the man. I saw what everybody was talking about. I didn't see what everybody was talking about before. When I first went on Lapeef, it was a different Kay. She was agreeing with everything that I said. Every single thing that I said, she agreed with. I went on there, on Thursday? It was a different Kay. So you were absolutely right, Big Guy Talk. She changed it up. She changed it up. Major Change Group says, everybody have a great weekend. I concur. This is a long weekend. Everybody eat well and get rested up. And I'm glad we got to do this. We're going to keep doing them. We're going to keep learning from each other, okay? All right, so thank you again for everybody, and thank you for joining the Patreon as well. And we're going to keep our channels growing. All right. Shout out to Sherry Ann as well, Big Guy Talk, and Oliver Grace, of course. All right, perfect. So thank you guys so much. And we're going to keep doing it. I'm not your attorney. I am the lead attorney. And I am here to help you lawyer up. All right. Y'all have a great